Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Kicking It with Gab and Chooch.
I'm Gab.
I am Chooch.
In this episode, we're going to talk about Champions League. Then we're going to go into the Premier League for this upcoming weekend. The Champions League was excellent, I thought, this week. We're going to start there. We're going to give out the banger of the week. First, like always, what do you got, Chooch?
2-for-1 special. Xavi Simons, goal of the week. Starboy of the week. He's been insane, buddy. Out that curler from that angle that he shot it from, he's insane. I'm telling you, he should go to a big club.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was a great goal. My banger of the week, Erling Haaland, has to be. I mean, can you even call him a star boy just because he's so good? You can't.
He's still young.
Can't. He's just so good, but he's one of the best in the world. He's not really a star boy, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I give Haaland goal of the week, banger of the week, star boy of the week. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go Xavi Simons as well. Really good every single week. Definitely needs to go to a big club, not PSG, not back to PSG, where he allegedly is going to keep going after this year. We'll see what happens. It's tough. I mean, the results this week made the groups pretty tight. Recap: you got Napoli with the 1-1 draw. Union Berlin. You saw Bonucci get back in the starting lineup there. Probably made the difference. Real Sociedad dominated Benfica. Arsenal beat Sevilla. Bayern with the 2-1 win to Galatasaray. That was a pretty. I mean, it wasn't as one-sided as you think it would be, but it was still a good game. And then game of the week has to be this one for me: Copenhagen Man United, 4-3. Copenhagen, just when they looked out of it, the red card came and it reeled us back in. But
controversy.
Yeah,
back to back.
More VAR complaints. Now they're saying to take VAR out. I don't know. At the end of the day, just make it AI. It's got to be AI making these decisions.
It's human error.
Human error. I don't think that was a red at all. I get by the rules, I guess, but at the same time, like everyone said, like Jamie Carragher said, like Thierry Henry said, if you play the game, if you know the game, that's not a red. Let's see. PSV beat Lens. Madrid dominated Braga. Inter Milan just won against Salzburg. Newcastle got beat by Dortmund again. Newcastle, they struggle, I guess, against Dortmund. Dortmund has their number. Shakhtar beat Barca. That's a shocker. Absolute shocker. AC Milan, PSG, 2-1 AC Milan. That was pretty good. Pretty good game as well.
Pretty good game. Leao was insane. He was insane that game. Not just in attack, but he was dropping back a ton, helped the defense out, and he looked really good.
I think
PSG looked weak.
I think the group of death. I mean, every week it'll have you calling the wrong team shit. But yeah, it's getting tight. We'll take a look at the groups here in a second. You got Atletico Madrid absolutely dominated Celtics 6-0. That's demolishing. RB Leipzig with the 2-1 win. I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. Cervena, whatever. Zvezda. Porto beat Antwerp 2-0. Lazio and Feyenoord was only a 1-0 game. Santi Jimenez, where was he at? I don't know.
He had chances. He had a 1-0 with the keeper. He had that header. He just didn't capitalize, but he was there. He's a good player. He's just a hater.
Absolutely. And Man City with a 3-0 win against the Young Boys. I mean, I think everything went pretty according to plan except Barca and Shakhtar.
Barca's a huge one.
And then the Copenhagen Man United. Last time Copenhagen and Man United played, though, they did give them problems. This one was at home for Copenhagen. Red
I
card
told you.
definitely changed the
I
game.
told
Yeah.
you. They're out. Copenhagen's at home. They're not gonna. They weren't gonna lose.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we talked about Barca before. I said that they were
You said they were
very, very
struggling.
poor
Yeah,
form.
poor form.
They barely nicked out a win in league play, 1-0 and like stoppage time 90+4. And yeah, I mean, this just proved it again. 1-0. They get the loss. They could have been. I don't think they would have qualified, but I think they would have been cruising to qualification on the next match day. But yeah, this tightens the group really, really close. Let's take a look. Bayern, the Group A, Bayern's definitely taking. I mean, they've already advanced.
Yeah.
You got Copenhagen, Galatasaray, and Man United all within 1 point, and there's about a 1 goal differential in there. Copenhagen are -1, Man United -2, Galatasaray -2 as well. Those games, I mean, it's going to be tight. Someone's going to get the short end of the stick. I mean, Copenhagen, you would
Let's hope
think
it's
would
Man
be the
United.
one,
Let's
but
hope it's Man
man,
United.
it's hard to say because Galatasaray and Man United, to me, they're good teams. I mean, Man United's not a great team. I'm just saying, they're better than what you would expect out of Galatasaray and Copenhagen. But yeah, I mean, they might get the short end of the stick here. They've got 11 goals against them and 9 scored. That's crazy. Let's take a look. Group B. It's a battle for second place. It could very well even go to Sevilla, depending on these next 2 matches. But Sevilla's sitting at 2 points. They're trying to stay in that third spot
Europa
range.
League is calling.
Europa League, but Lens. I mean, I thought they were going to do better. PSV dominated them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Lens have been definitely a shocker in this group, I'd say. Putting up 4 goals and only conceding 4. PSV and Sevilla both conceded 7. And even Arsenal have only conceded 3. So, I mean, their defense seems to be doing well. They just need to put some more goals in. They could actually stay in the Champions League. Group C, this is one of the ones that you're probably done. You're probably, Madrid and Napoli pretty much have it wrapped up. Union Berlin, I mean, they could go on to get 3,
that
4. They go on to get 7 points. Yeah, they just definitely have to beat Braga, and then they'll have to. I'm sure they could catch Napoli or Madrid with like a really young squad in the last game or 2, when they've already advanced and try to get that 3rd spot. Group D, both have already advanced. There's no chance for Salzburg or Benfica. Real Sociedad and Inter both gone with 10 points. That was a pretty easy group. No one has advanced yet in Group E, which is still really, really close. Could go any way. Even though Atletico dominated, they looked excellent. It still could go any way. I mean, Atletico could end up very well in Europa, and Feyenoord and Lazio could stay in, but it's a 1-point differential between 1, 2, and 3. 2 points between Atletico and Feyenoord. But, man, I mean, Feyenoord, they just get Santi Jimenez going.
I need him to advance to keep the dream going. Keep the dream going.
If they get him going, I mean, they could very well be at the top. I see they've only conceded 5 just with everyone else, but they've put in 7. They're sitting 1 point below Lazio, and I thought, the first game we saw, spectacular. This game was a little bit slower. There was still a lot of chances, I think, but man, at the end of the day, it's still tight. Atletico they still got some work to do.
What about the group of death?
Group of death. Dortmund lead the group of death. I'm pretty sure we both predicted that they would bottom out.
Yeah.
They lead. Only have conceded 2 goals.
But they've only scored
3. Still, at the end of the day, they're leading with 7 points.
Yeah.
PSG got in second with 6 points. Conceded 6, scored 7. Milan only scored 2. 4
Finally
against.
scored. They finally
Yeah,
scored
they
too.
finally got 2 goals. They sit at 5 points, and then Newcastle 4-4, the triple fours. I think Newcastle can stay in it. I think whatever this Europa League team ends up being is going to be the favorite. Should be one of the favorites, I think, to win the Europa League. But yeah, honestly, I mean, even if Dortmund go out, their atmosphere and everything, they play hard. I mean, they play good. Julian Brandt. Actually, Julian Brandt is one of my candidates for Starboy because he played insane.
Pretty insane, yeah.
He's all over the place, making great runs, making great passes. He's been insane. But yeah, I think if they end up going to Europa, I think they could win it. Let's take a look. Group G, Man City and
Game
Leipzig
over.
advance. It's over for Young Boys. It's over for. Well, I mean, it's dependent on who's gonna go. They both got 1 point, but I mean,
Who
it's
wants
over
it
for
more?
the league. Yeah. And then Barca sitting at 9, Porto sitting at 9, Shakhtar sitting at 6. Antwerp is done with 0 points. They could necessarily get 6, but they'd have to get that goal differential down by about 10 goals and win each game and hope that Shakhtar lose. So we'll see. Doubtful, very very doubtful. They look to be done, but still a race right there. Shakhtar could get in, drop Barca out, or drop Porto out. The Europa. Really, really tight groups right now. For Group B, I'm still gonna call Arsenal PSV. I'd say to stay in the champions. And then I don't know. I think Sevilla are gonna miss it this year.
They're gonna miss it. They're gonna regret not taking it seriously.
I think they're gonna miss it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't miss the Europa League. Like it'd be like one of those things. Like of course, like it had to be them.
Yep. Script.
Yeah, the script is
written.
Let's take a look at the other one. Group E, that's Atletico, Lazio, Feyenoord, and Celtic. I think Feyenoord will edge out Lazio, and Atletico Madrid will go as well. Lazio should see them in the Europa. That's realistically what I'm thinking, but Lazio have been playing well. I mean, they got Guendouzi. That's top talent right there. I think. I just think he had big struggles, and that's why he was there now. But we see that all the time. We see young players, go to smaller clubs, do really well. Lazio, to be fair, is still a bigger club. It's just they're not as competitive as a lot of these other clubs. Celtics done for sure. I don't even think they have the chance for the Europa.
I need Santi to score. Get them to a second. Keep the Champions League run going.
And then Group of Death. I'm gonna say Newcastle finds a way to edge it out at the top. I think I think Dortmund join them. And I really don't know who's gonna get that Europa League spot. I hope PSG get it, but I also hope that Milan get it. Imagine PSG in the Europa League. That's like something I can't see, though,
Mbappe's done.
Like, when's the last time? I think that would be, honestly, a serious consideration of, like, maybe Mbappe steps back and, like, what am I doing at this club? Yeah,
it ain't working.
It'd be good for Milan, though. I think they have, like, a lot of young guys. If they could go to the Europa League and get close to winning it, I think that'd be good for them going into next year. Dortmund, they can compete in the Champions League. They're not going to win it, but I think they could win the Europa League. I think any of these teams right here could win the Europa League. I think it'd be good for Newcastle too if they somehow didn't make it in and made it to Europa, and I think they could win it too. That'd be good for them going back to European football competitions.
I think I'm going to be just the way it's looking. I'm thinking Dortmund finish it off, get first. PSG find a way to survive, and then I don't know. Newcastle. Newcastle. I I think they miss out on
Yeah,
playing in Europe.
that's crazy.
Try to focus on the league.
After what, 20 years or 16 years?
A while.
It's it's a while.
But yeah,
Um,
I think PSG will find a way to bar their way in. I mean, find a way to get through.
but you think even after Newcastle dominated PSG, you still think they miss out?
Could have been just an off game, you know.
To be fair, I think the weakest team that I'm seeing so far in this group is Milan, just based off of the amount of goals scored.
I know, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek was looking like prime Hullet, buddy.
All right, you're just
He's
being
prime
biased
Hullet
now.
out there.
You're just being biased.
Hullet getting that man.
Let's take a look. Group H, I think Barca stay in. I think maybe Shakhtar throw up an upset, but I think Barca
Porto's
for
been playing
sure.
too good. I feel
Porto's
like
playing good too. Yeah, they've got 9 goals for and only conceded 3. That's really really good. But yeah, I think Barca and Porto should be going through there. Let's take a look at the Golden Boot, which I believe is tied with Erling Haaland and Højlund. Let's take a look.
Højlund.
Okay, it's actually Højlund has 5. Morata has 5. Evan
Yeah.
Nilsson has 4. Haaland has 4. Harry Kane has 4. Griezmann has 4.
Griezmann
So
played insane.
your current leader for the Golden Boot is Højlund and Morata.
Højlund, who will not even make it to the next round, and Morata, who just played really good against Celtic.
Dang, he's not even gonna make it to the next round.
But
I really don't. I mean, I don't want to speculate too soon. Yeah, but let's take a look real quick at these stats, just because it shows clear domination in my opinion. Most goals, Atletico Madrid and Man City. Most possession, Man City by 6%. Passing accuracy, Man City by 2.2%. I mean, you got Erling Haaland in the Golden Boot race. Assist goes to Zaire Emery. His call up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, man, for a youngster to be leading the assists right now, that's pretty good. Let's take a look at. Whoa. So Mbappe, it's not even to be found on this list. Where's he at?
I don't know, buddy.
What is he doing?
He needs to get the France national team all there, and then he'll win.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Giroud is killing it too. He played insane that game. He's 37.
So just basing off of what UEFA has on their key stats, highest rated player, top 5 are pretty interesting actually. I'm gonna read them off here in a second, and yeah, it's kind of a shocker. So number 1, key stats, best player according to UEFA so far in the Champions League is Zaire Emery. Number 2, Bukayo Saka. Number 3, Joshua Kimmich. And you have him tied with Vermeeren from Antwerp, which is weird. Legit. But I mean, I guess he
should be on there.
Yeah. Number 5 is Schläger from Leipzig. Number 6 is Gundogan. Barca. 7, Taremi. And then Frankowski 8. Ricardo Horta also tied for 8, and then Harry Kane at 10. That's a bit interesting. I think this is. I'm not sure what this really is based off of, just because it shows the matches played, shows goals, shows assists. distance covered, top speed, and minutes. What I can just assume from telling it must be, filtered into something else. Maybe it could be like their ratings. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty crazy that's how they're ranked. And Zaire Emery only being, 17? It's nuts.
He's been showing up, especially because that midfield just looks super weak. Like it's easy for him to stand out a little bit more.
Well,
yeah, I think they subbed off like almost everyone in the midfield during that game.
Mm-hmm. And we've been saying, I mean, all year that freaking PSG needs something in the midfield because they have nothing.
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, no, he won't go to Paris. Come on.
Nah, they need something stable in the midfield. Build it on Zaire Emery, buddy.
Yeah, for reals. All right, let's take a look. Let's switch out into the Premier League. One match of the week coming up this week that is bigger than any. You have Manchester City and
the
Chelsea.
mighty Chelsea. The mighty Chelsea.
So we're really going to find out what Chelsea are up to.
Now, we'll see if Man City's legit.
Okay.
Buddy.
No, this is the biggest test. I mean, this is the white whale, right? If you can, I mean, you guys have been on a great stretch. Great stretch.
Part of the Brentford game. Apart from that.
Yeah, but still.
More than that, we won.
Yeah, you got Arsenal draw. Brentford lost. Brentford have been killing it, to be fair to them. Then you beat
Blackburn.
Then you beat Blackburn in the Carabao Cup. Got the win against Tottenham last week. That was huge, an insane game. Yeah, but this is the one right here, Sunday, at the Bridge. Cole Palmer revenge game.
Revenge tour.
Will he celebrate if he scores?
I don't think he
celebrate.
Will. I
don't think he will. He's got respect.
Look,
when you got a player that talented as Cole Palmer and you can't play him, I mean, you can't blame the coach. You can't blame the team. Cole Palmer obviously saw the talent there. There's no way he blames the team for not getting playing time. I mean, he would play in Carabao Cup games, but now he's got his chance. Man City let him go. I mean, they just wanted bigger things for him, No, it's not that. He needed to be proven wrong.
He's better voted.
It's that he's not better than voted. No, stop. All right, we're going to go round them off. Wolves versus Spurs, Saturday morning. Arsenal, Burnley, Palace, Everton, United, Luton, Bournemouth, Newcastle. For Wolves, Spurs, I'm gonna go Spurs just because Wolves, they're out Pedro Neto. He's gonna be out till I think after Christmas, or after the international break. So it'll be right before Christmas. I'm gonna go Arsenal definitely versus Burnley. That's at home for Arsenal as well. Should be a dominant performance, like 6-0.
Yeah,
I've been seeing all this stuff about Thomas Partey wanting to leave in January. But I also see that he's injured for like months.
Why is he injured?
That just came out this like couple days ago. So I'm like, is he really going to leave? Or is he just injured? Because they're saying he wants to leave because he doesn't get playing time. But at the same time, if he's injured, how are you going to get playing time?
Exactly.
So I think I don't know what's the truth there or not.
I don't know. It's the whole Thomas Partey situation is sketchy, especially with what we've heard, all the rumors, allegations.
Yes.
He was healthy and then suddenly he gets injured and can't go to the game in Spain. But if he goes to Spain, he will be charged. I don't know, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's is your camera working?
Yeah.
Okay, you just went black on me, but
it shows on mine.
Okay, we'll get it.
As long as we get there, yeah.
Yeah.
So Crystal Palace versus Everton. I'm gonna call Everton on that one. They've been playing insanely well. I don't see why it wouldn't be them.
They're trying to scavenge as many points before the deduction, buddy.
Yeah, really. And I mean, I don't think Palace have been playing well either.
Nah.
Let's see. That one's at Crystal Palace too. Man United, Luton. I mean,
Luton, let's get some points.
I mean, you think Man United, but the form right now, maybe Luton. Maybe Luton scrape like a 1-0. A 1-0.
Last minute win.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, that'd be icing on the cake.
And then Newcastle. Yeah. I think if they lose this game, Ten Hag is definitely on the hot seat. I don't think the last game, just because of the red card, that's a good excuse. I mean, they were dominating. If you watch the game, they were dominating.
Yeah, they were.
And that happens, and they lose. And to be fair, they still scored that goal. Shouts out to Bruno Fernandes for robbing Højlund of a hat trick. Absolute. That's not a captain to me, but do whatever you guys want over there. That's why you guys were sitting in the dressing room for an hour after the match. But Bournemouth, Newcastle, it's at Bournemouth. I'm going to go Newcastle for sure. Should be domination. They'll be lucky if they don't score 8. I'll be lucky if they don't score 8. And that'll be... imagine being a Bournemouth player. You just lost 6-1 to City. You're going to Newcastle. You're probably going to lose like 7-0, 7-1. Villa Fulham. I think that's a really good game for Villa.
That could be a good game
to go to earn their place back. You know, they had a rough week last week, and I think Fulham play really well, so I think they could that could be a good challenge for them to get back into form. Brighton, Sheffield. Brighton should dominate. Gives them another. I wouldn't say like too great of a test, but it gives them a slight little test against Sheffield to see, to get back into form. Like I said again,
Ansu Fati played really good.
Ansu Fati scored the goal today.
And the assist.
He still got subbed off, but
it's 5 goals.
Should be more regular playing time for him. I've been saying that every week. It should be more. He should just be playing full games at this point. Liverpool lost today to Toulouse.
He sits 14th in the league.
Toulouse, that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Maybe it is pronounced Toulouse, but obviously I don't know. I don't know if they'll beat Brentford or not. Brentford have been playing well.
And then I feel like they'll give them a challenge maybe. To be fair, Liverpool did play a really weak squad.
Yeah.
In this Europa League game, so that means they must have been resting up. Because like we said, Brentford's been playing really good. Maybe they're just saving Mo Salah and he's gonna tear it up. I feel like it's one of those games where I think Liverpool could score 2-3 goals like really quick and just run away with the game, or what we've seen is Brentford scoring and then Liverpool turning the burners on late.
Yeah, just like they did last week. They found Luis Diaz's father.
Yeah.
So that's good news for him. I'm sure he had to pay some funds. I wouldn't be surprised. West Ham played Nottingham Forest. That should be a test for West Ham. And Nottingham Forest got the win last week. And
also?
I mean, West Ham have been struggling. They got the. They got the West Ham winner today, 1-0. Lucas Paqueta. Nottingham Forest, but like I said last week, got the 2-0 win. And then game of the week, Chelsea City. Who's your starting 11?
Sanchez starting left back. You got to give it to Cucurella. He's been playing really good. He's in a pocket. Foden, Grealish, whoever starts for you guys, pocket them. Center back. I feel like they're gonna go with who's been playing best, so Thiago Silva and Disasi, and then Reece James at the right back. And I gotta go with my midfield trio: Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo. playing insane. And then up top, I mean, gotta give this the hat trick hero the start, and then Sterling on the left, Cole Palmer on the right. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, even if Mudryk's healthy, which he is allegedly.
I don't know. I feel like you got to give Sterling the start. He played really good against Tottenham. Made a lot of important runs. Won some good fouls that weakened them.
Have you the Kyle Walker matchup? That's gonna be tough for anyone. I don't. Anyway, my starting 11: Ederson, obviously. Maybe even throw Stefan Ortega in there, just cause. No, I'm just kidding. Ederson, left back, probably go Gorvidal, Akanji. John Stones is actually out for a while.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola said, man, he just came back too. He was looking so good. Gorvidal, like I said, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, and then Kyle Walker. And then I'm gonna go mid 3, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and Julian Alvarez. And then top 3, I'm going to go Doku, Haaland, Foden. Jack Grealish sits this one for me just because how good Doku's been. Jack Grealish has been really well as well, but man, Doku, you can't sit him. I feel like Foden, you can't sit him. They sat Doku for the Champions League game, but I think that was just because they're trying to get Grealish back in form, and I don't know. Foden got the sit last time for had to be a sub, so I think just playing time. They're trying to even him out, keep everybody happy. But I definitely think Julian Alvarez should be back in there for sure. And I think my prediction is
1-2-1. 1-2-1.
4-1 Man City.
Stop.
4-1 Man City. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be a massacre for sure.
That's what you think. But
that's the latest game on Sunday too, so that'll be nice,
buddy.
That will be nice.
Just accept it. You guys are gonna lose. Your title hopes will crumble.
I don't have to talk any trash because I'll just let it happen for what it is when it happens.
Oh, buddy. Once we win, buddy, I can't wait to rub it in your face.
This is kind of a lose situation for me though, because if they win, if Man City win, I mean everybody expected them to win. Chelsea shit. Man City's dominant. But if you guys win, then you're gonna be like, oh, we're back, you guys are shit. And then everyone's going to be saying that on Twitter. Everyone's going to be like, let's all laugh at Man City, blah, blah, blah. It's a lose-lose. Even if my team wins, I don't win. No, for sure. I win, but I'm just saying it's a lose-lose situation because I'm going to get trashed either way on Twitter or anywhere. Stars to watch this week. I'm going to go on to Fati again. I think he's getting into really good form. I'm going to go Jeremy Doku and Phil Foden for sure. I think Haaland could score a couple goals, but I mean, he's just the best. He's one of the best players in the world right now. If we had stars to watch every week, it'd be him.
Haaland does not score in big games, buddy.
Okay, well, this is kind of like a little game right now. I think because Chelsea are a small club.
Nah.
I'm kidding.
Don't even start.
They're not a small club. They just play in a small stadium.
Oh, here.
They need to update the new and improved bridge already. But yeah, I mean, I think we're in for a good week. I think there's not too many excellent matchups, but the Man City Chelsea game is definitely the highlight. And I mean, this is Chelsea's. This is their middle run. They got tough. They started off good though. I mean, Arsenal draw. They should have won the Brentford game. Beat Tottenham. If you could draw Man City, that's a win. And then you gotta go to Newcastle after that. That's
10 pot
another
club. 10
huge
pot
game.
club.
Okay. And then you got to go to Brighton, and then you're Brighton at home.
Fine, we'll be Brian again.
Then you got to go to Old Trafford.
Trash team, 10x bald.
And then finally you get to play Everton, which has been in good form right now.
Not scared.
Then you have it easy. Then you have Sheffield. Then you have Wolves. All right, well, and then you Palace. I mean, yeah, you guys survive. If you guys can survive with a couple of points in this one, I think you guys should be good.
There's no surviving, buddy. We're gonna dominate.
I don't know about that.
Just watch. Just watch, buddy.
Definitely not dominate.
We're gonna scrape by. Who cares?
Yeah, I think you guys. If you guys can finish with one win versus either City or Newcastle, you guys, that's a win. City, Newcastle, or Brighton. I think one win between those three is a win.
Or both.
Two draws and a loss. That's a win, I'd say. But you need at least 3 points out of this run.
Don't know. Don't care.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Let's freaking. Ten Hag loses this game, man.
Dude, he was a Luton.
We'll see. We'll see what happens to that, man. That's all I got. That's all I got this week.
Yeah.
Golden Boot leaders are still the Golden Boot leaders. Erling Haaland still leading. I don't see anybody catching them right now. Son is going to be without Madison for a little bit, I think. He's going to be... And Tottenham's defense has been injured. Or they're getting injured or banned for 2 games. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I think Chelsea's got the toughest run right now.
I'm not scared. I'm not worried, buddy. London is blue.
To be fair, City have a tough run. This is probably City's toughest run so far. They're gonna have Chelsea, and then next week it's or not next week. The week after next week is Liverpool.
Yeah,
because you got international break.
Back on the 25th.
Yeah. Yeah, the international break will be interesting. England squad, I like it. I like they picked everyone good. I mean, Callum Wilson over in Nketiah this time.
Sterling got robbed.
Sterling never gets picked anymore.
Buddy.
He has a baby face. They just throw him in the U21s.
Southgate. He's a bum.
No, I think I did see the comments about Southgate and Aaron Ramsey or Ramsdale. He said that in 6 months, if Ramsdale is not playing regularly, he may not be picking him again. Ramsdale knows it. Apparently, they had a conversation about it already. But yeah, I mean, you could see Ramsdale potentially drop out of the England squad. It's pretty nuts because he was the starter there, and Arteta not playing him.
And losing your star spot in both club and country. That's demoralizing.
Arsenal really caused it. But I mean, you see the guy in all the videos. He's super energized. He's super ready to go. I can't help but root for him. Even when he was the main guy, always liked him. Yeah, I mean, even playing for Arsenal, you know, I liked his energy. He's always there. He's captain-like material, you know. But yeah, unfortunate for him. Hope he finds his way back. But I mean, they've got keepers.
John Stone, they got Pickford, Nick Pope.
Even if Nick Pope, gets a call up, I mean, man, John Stone's been playing well too. I think he has the most clean sheets, or he's tied for the most clean sheets right now. But yeah, I mean, it's really crazy how many keepers they have. I still think they have a lot of talent. I was telling Ryan earlier, he's like, in 3 years when the World Cup, I mean, who are they going to have? I'm like, I mean, they still got a relatively young team. Tomori's still playing excellent. Colwill by then hopefully should be even better.
Trent will be a veteran by then.
Yeah, Trent will be a veteran. He'll be maybe the captain.
Probably play
Harry
midfield.
Kane. Knowing Harry Kane, he'll still be playing.
Hopefully
He'll
Rashford
still be
is
playing.
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Then,
Well, I
then,
think
then you
Rashford's
got
good. I think he
Grealish,
just
Foden, and then you got
you have Madweek. You could still have Madweek. You could
Cole
still have
Palmer if they, because right now they're playing the U21s.
Lewis Dunk is
Lewis
still
Dunk,
dude, and you don't even and you haven't even
and then you don't have John Stones right now because he's been injured. I feel
right.
arguably they're the best center back they have. Hit between him and Tamori, James Madison,
Absolutely.
like they have a lot of talent. Um, who
Yeah.
else? Ollie Watkins is young, and Nketiah is young.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of talent, and I think they should be the favorites to win the Euros. They should be the favorites to win the next World Cup, I would say. Um, Depending if I don't know, Messi's going to be old. I guarantee if Messi finds a way to play, they're still going to call him the favorites, or France or Brazil will be the favorites again. I mean, same. It's usually always the same teams, but I think I do think England fancy the chance, and they don't even have. They haven't called up, like I said, Nick Pope. Trippier still could play. Um, I mean, Dan Burn too. I think Dan Burn is so good, so good. The fact that he doesn't even get picked, crazy. But I think he's so good. I think he could be playing. Um, but yeah, I mean, Luke Shaw's been out for quite a while. He's really good too. I mean, by then he'll be old. He might be like a captain. By then you should see Henderson out. And I know Southgate loves Jordan
He
Henderson.
loves Henderson. He loves Calvin Phillips. Dudes that don't
Yeah.
play.
And Calvin Phillips to
Harry
me I think is good,
Maguire.
but no, Harry Maguire, stop talking
What
this
do you
stuff.
do against Copenhagen? Exactly. Shut your mouth.
Look,
Now,
regardless, he almost scored that banger. He almost scored that banger. He did. But I'm just saying, in general, he's not one of the ones that he's not the problem. He's not the problem. They tried to scapegoat him,
yeah,
and what
because
happened? They were losing,
Southgate is a problem.
and they brought him back in. They win. Catch a couple losses. His record is still intact. His record is definitely still intact. But I think Dan Burn needs to be there, man. I think he needs to be in that squad.
Southgate is a problem. Give them a proper coach.
Give him Pep Guardiola, man. They win it all, guaranteed. Give Pep Guardiola England squad. Madwick probably plays more, I think, or he plays in the top team. I don't know. I really don't know his feelings between Cole Palmer. He said Cole Palmer was really good, but I've never heard him say anything about Cole Palmer like he used to say about Phil Foden, or even Jack Grealish, or even Doku. I mean, man, he's been praising Doku like crazy. And then, Pep Guardiola even said that Matthias Nunes was one of the best in the world. And then, like, the week after, he was like, I shouldn't have said that. Now Matthias Nunes barely plays. He
yeah.
must have saw something in training.
He saw the
No,
highlight reel.
yeah. I mean, you still got a lot of talent. Like Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is still a couple years from now. He can be in that team. He's in the U20 squad right now. England has talent. They'll be there. They'll be ready. Even if these older guys like Luke Shaw, if he's not there, Levi Cole should be there.
Definitely.
Rico Lewis could even get into that squad by
Ben
then.
White.
Ben White. Yeah, I mean, you take a lot more players to the World Cup, but for sure, the teams that they're running with right now, the roster, they're just kind of rotating a few, but it seems like that main squad is still implemented. The Rashford, the Foden, the Grealish, Henderson, Calvin Phillips. Harry Maguire is gonna stay there. John Stones usually stays there.
Declan
Lewis Dunk,
Rice.
though. Lewis Dunk, I mean, he's been coming in playing excellent this season. I feel like that's why he's getting a lot more playing time. And then Colwell's been playing well too. I mean, he's young to be in the starting lineup already. He could be playing, I think, U21. How old is he?
Like 20,
Yeah.
like 19, 20, buddy. He's insane.
Yes. Yeah, he's 20 years old to be playing 20 years old in the starting England squad. I mean, it's not like they don't have center backs,
That
right? I
Prince.
mean, they've got him, and he's still making the team. He plays left back, not his natural position, but I mean, still, uh, even if they had Luke Shaw, maybe I still think Levi Colwill could beat out maybe one of those guys, maybe two of those guys, and Trippier could play left back if he needs to. But yeah, I mean, it's surprising that and Trippier's been playing a lot of left back.
Yeah.
For Newcastle since Dan Burns been out. They've been playing that youngster at right back, but yeah, I mean, England have the talent. I'm excited to see this international break. Hate that it happens, but I love to see the teams. England always posts so much stuff. Love to watch those videos. They post everything. They post when they walk, when they're getting dropped off in the cars. They're always posting like games in the middle. They post training competitions. They post training sessions
The media
for
PR is
keepers.
insane.
Yeah, they post training sessions just for keepers. They post training sessions just for the actual squad. I mean, they do a ton of stuff. It's always exciting to watch, like during, especially because you feel like international break is kind of boring, but
Not as
and the games
competitive
aren't.
right now because it's kind of like
Yeah, and
friendlies.
the games aren't always like on days, normal days are on like Wednesdays, Tuesday, Thursday, but and you can't always watch them. They don't always have them televised, or they don't always have them streaming somewhere. So that's the weird part too. But yeah, I mean, I think England's set to play on TV, and theirs isn't just a friendly. I think it's like it might be something
I think
else.
it's like Euro qualification.
Yeah, England schedule. November 17th. Yeah, it is the Euro qualification round. So they only have 2 more match days of that. But it's against Malta.
Easy
Easy
dub.
dub. I mean, you'll see all the subs being used. Calvin Phillips will get to start probably.
More than he does with City.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me, though, see, with like some of these, like, why, for these upcoming games, why wouldn't you pick like an Inquieta or just some youngsters, you could bring up like a Cole
Palmer.
or even a Maduik, just to play him. I mean, just to see what it's like in the first team. Inquieta did good. I think, he didn't play much. Played like 20 minutes, I think, and he played all right, and he's been having a good run of form for Arsenal too. But yeah, I mean, I never understand playing like these little teams, and they pick the best 11 they got, or the best 15 that they have. Especially the older guys, but Henderson will definitely play, I think, too. Henderson, Phillips, Phil Foden will be forced to start. And he'll still run into the midfield even though they don't want him there. Hopefully Rashford can find something.
Something.
Harry Kane will probably dominate again if he plays, or Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson still hasn't been playing much for Newcastle. He's been playing, but he gets subbed off all the time for Joe Willock or
Anthony Gordon.
Murphy. Anthony Gordon's been playing well too. Anthony Gordon's one of those guys too. I don't even know if he plays for the. Let's see. I don't even think Anthony Gordon plays for England much. Gordon. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I guess he does play for the U21s. That was just a bit of a shocker for me. I didn't realize that he did. He's got 16 matches, 6 goals. Not bad. He's 20 years old. Yeah, he's 20 years old. He's almost 21 already. But yeah, I don't think he'll get picked for the full squad, but at least he plays for U21, so that's good. Let's
Yeah,
see.
there's and then how you mentioned it, I know the U21's English team they posted a lot of contact.
Yeah, they do. I like to watch those as well.
The
They've
vibes are
got
immaculate.
they've got good talent. That Livermento from Newcastle, he's good too. I think
Chelsea
he could be
Prosper.
like the next. He could be like the next Trippier, Rico Lewis too. James McAtee. James McAtee is like he's not excellent, but he's good enough to be there. You know, he's like a Calvin Phillips. He's good enough to play in the Premier League, but he's not good enough to play on City. You know, that's why they loan him out every year. Harvey Elliott's good too. Cole Palmer's good. Freaking Aaron Ramsey's all right. Maduike's all right. He's good. I think he could be better. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys aren't really too high profile. I really like Livermento though. He's been playing really, really well. Been getting really good opportunity, but I still think. I mean, obviously Dan Burns still deserves that spot, but
Chelsea thing, buddy.
Livermento's been playing really, really well.
Yeah, and then in the Champions League game he looked like he was playing almost like a right wing. He was super super high up on the pitch. He did pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's because like they sub in like Joe Willock for Callum Wilson, and then they let like Anthony Gordon and whoever play like Rodrigo Vinny winger center forward thing sometimes, and then yeah, it gives him the perfect opportunity to play like right mid or right wing, wing back. But yeah, I mean he's been playing really really good. He's been defending well, not backing down to these freaking beast wingers. And I want to throw a shout out. Ivan called the Vinicius Jr. not the best winger, not the best left winger in the world, but
I was saying it's to show the pod, but then I stopped and was
nah,
realizing it was like there's no one better than him.
you said what you said.
Nah,
Mo Salah's better.
not a left winger though.
Okay, well, winger in general, Mo Salah's better. Mbappe can still considered a winger better. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got this week.
That's all we got.
Thank you everybody for listening. If you are listening, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Got some decent subscribers from YouTube. So far, YouTube's hitting it off a lot better than our Spotify. But follow us on Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and we'll have another episode here Monday
to recap
or Tuesday.
Yeah, because we're probably not gonna make an episode on the international break, just because.
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes we
didn't
can't watch all
last
the
time.
yeah we don't see the games much, and like it's like friendlies mixed with Euro mixed with
Like
South
World Cup
America.
qualifiers.
Yeah, it's all
sometimes.
kind of a mess. But we'll be back Monday, Tuesday to talk Chelsea beating Man City.
Alright, we'll see about that. Alright, well, this was that episode 14. 14 episodes deep. That's unreal. Feels like we were just at episode 1. Hopefully, one day we're at like episode 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon enough, it'll come.
Alright, that's it.
Even
kicking it
with Gabicic.
Later.